Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be building a music store. Wow. By plot. 300? Damn. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that. 300, oh my gosh. Not gonna talk about that. I didn't know. Music store. So, I was scrolling on Pinterest and, I just love collecting. So basically, me personally, I really like collecting CDs and cassettes. So, scrolling on Pinterest, a lot of the record music stores I see, they're kind of built into buildings. But I kind of don't want to do that because then I have to build like a whole building. So I'm gonna build this one that I found on Pinterest. Hopefully I'll pull it up onto the screen right now. Yo, I think honest to God, I think I might just scrap this and just start again, but make everything basic shapes. Like this is getting, I'm already looking at the photo and I don't even know where to start. But I know that I want to build this specific one because it just like looks so cool and it's like calling to me. But I just don't know how I'm gonna execute it. I'll be back once I figure out the exterior.
1 hour later.
So it's currently 1 a.m. and I spent like a good 30 minutes just doing this outside. Like making micro adjustments and like recreating the photo. That was actually like the hardest thing I've ever done, like genuinely. But it was so time consuming, it was so tedious. But anyways, I think I'm liking how this is looking so far. These are all like structural, so it's like kind of texture. I don't know if it's visible, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I just have to color everything. Now I'm working on the roof trim, but I might take a break. off build.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I kind of finished the actual building that it's a part of. Because I feel like just having the bottom floor would look so out of place, so I made the rest of the apartment. But I don't know if I might leave it empty and then I'm just gonna zoom in. Maybe I'll decorate just the first one so that it looks good in like a thumbnail or something, but yeah. Hello, I'm back with a voiceover because throughout the rest of the audio, instead of explaining what I was building, I was watching YouTube videos. So, here I built the sidewalk and like the road because my reference photo, I think, is like close to a road, so I built it to be as realistic as possible. And I tried to get started on the inside, and because the walls are all basic shapes and they're at like a custom height, I realized that regular ceiling lights wouldn't work, so I just used string lights. And here I wanted a rounded counter, so I just custom made one with basic shapes. I was pondering for a bit. I originally planned to put CDs and stuff inside, but as you'll see later, I got kind of lazy and it was getting really expensive to place all of the quote-unquote custom vinyls, but Yeah, so I made the custom counters over there. So I got a little bit bored of building, so I decided to make a decal just to give like the actual music store some more personality. And I was making a record store decal. So, I didn't want to give it a name because I couldn't come up with one, and I decided to use my favorite font, Comic Sans. And then I realized it was too thick, so I made a thinner one. And I colored the back the same color that I used in my build so that it would look like just the text was on there. I think I ended up making the text, the text white. I copied the color code from Bloxburg because you can do that. And then I uploaded it. For this build, you'll see later again, but I uploaded so many decals. And so here I'm making custom shelves to hold the vinyls. So I try to recreate photos that I found on Pinterest as well as like my real life experiences, because I used to frequently visit like record stores. So after I finished making the shelves, I copy and pasted them into the interior of the record store. They were kind of expensive. Each shelf was like almost 3K, but it's okay because like we were going for accuracy, and you know, accuracy can be expensive. I moved the shelves around a lot. I wasn't entirely sure where to place them. The pauses from before, like when I stopped building and stopped moving my camera, was me scrolling on Pinterest on my phone to find reference photos so that I can make the interior like realistic and make sure it makes sense. You know what I mean? I then added more shelves, or I added shelves on the wall so that I can display some of the records, like I could display more records. The shelves were a little hard to move because I would keep accidentally clicking the wall. And then I decided 3 rows of shelves, and I added a record player, obviously, because you know, they always have good music playing. I wanted to add a jukebox because I had it in my inventory, but I didn't know where it would fit. The shelves clip into the door when it's open, so then I just flip the door so I wouldn't have to move the shelf. And then I decided to add even more shelves like on the actual windows so that I can have records displayed on the windows, but like in a way that makes sense, so not just like floating records. So I made these shelves, which I think would work in real life. I'm not sure. I added them to the other windows, and I used the transform tool. Here I'm building another custom shelf because I couldn't find anything that was like slim enough, like thin enough to fit in that space so that it was still walkable. Like you're still able to walk through that shelf and then the vinyl shelf, like, you know, like that empty wall. It's this shelf, I originally intended it for it to be made for CDs just because I had so much vinyl storage, but then I didn't end up putting anything on the shelves later, but it's a cool shelf. It's triangular, so each shelf is a little thinner than the bottom one so that it's kind of sloped. I thought that was really cool. Okay, so here I'm just adding more storage. Because I was placing shelves on basic shapes, I don't know why, but they kept shifting every time I placed them, so I had to work around the shift. Like, even with these posters, it was kind of pissing me off, but then I just dealt with it and then I let it go. So I'm adding a lot of posters here. Some of them are just the Bloxburg default ones, and then others are something where I can upload the decals to. Lots of record stores have posters of like popular bands and stuff, and I decided it'd be cool if I had some vinyls actually displayed on the wall. I was gonna add the cloth, but then I thought it was a little too messy. Then I started adding the vinyls to the shelves and to like the storage units. It was definitely quite expensive because for the ones that I displayed on the windows, I had to double side the basic shapes with the decals just so that it would look good. I debated having furniture on the second floor, and then I got lazy. So I tried to paint it a realistic wood color, and all over Pinterest and all over the internet, I see that most of the shelves are this yellowy brown. Okay, as you can see, I have this beautiful decal that goes around here, you know, so that anybody from any angle can, you know, see what kind of store this is. And now I'm gonna change every one of these decals and fill this up with records. On my Roblox, I literally uploaded 20-ish decals, 15-ish decals of different album covers of all of my favorite albums. I didn't do like Okay, so genuinely my mic quality for this portion of the video was so atrocious. I am doing a voiceover. So here I'm giving a tour of the interior. This is what it looks like finished. I didn't do the two shelves. I left it blank, but we're gonna ignore it. So these are all of the finished like decals, vinyls, whatever. This is like the best we're gonna get. So we have some of the vinyls on the windows. And yeah, we have almost all of the shelves filled up. I try to put a variety, so some of the shelves have 1, some of them have 2, some of them have 3. And I really like how it looks like at night. It just looks so nice. Here I'm going inside just to show you how the scale of it looks like compared to your Roblox avatar. I really like it. If you see any of your favorite albums, feel free to comment that.